Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the huge obstacle that Bitcoin is facing in the creation of this new bullish uptrend that we've been trying to put in here for the last couple of weeks. In this video we're going to be analyzing moving averages, oscillators, technical chart formations, and a lot of other technical analysis to try to come to a prediction about whether or not Bitcoin is going to be able to continue this uptrend that has started, or if Bitcoin is going to reject and start heading to lower lows. Following that, guys, at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you some different trades you can make based off of current market conditions. So if you look forward to that, stick around until the end of the video. Subscribe for daily cryptocurrency content, and if you guys like the video, consider smashing that like button. Helps out the channel when you do that. One thing to mention briefly here at the beginning of the video is because all of you wanted me to, I have extended the Black Friday sale through the end of Cyber Monday, okay? I got a bunch of emails about people wanting me to extend the sale. I just read 2 of them this morning. So that sale will be extended through Monday. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting until the end of the video like some jerkwad who would clickbait you guys. I would never do that. So I'm going to show you the big problem that Bitcoin is facing right now. That would be the 20 daily exponential moving average. In yesterday's video, I told you guys that I think Bitcoin is going to rally to this and reject off of it temporarily. I mean, seriously, go watch yesterday's video right here. We talked about this moving average. And so far, just like we expected, Bitcoin rallied to it and has currently rejected off of it. That's not to say that Bitcoin is not going to get through it in eventuality, but it does pose a problem. And that problem is evident down here on the hourly chart. My trend lines are the wrong color. There we go. Anyway, down here on the hourly chart, you can see that Bitcoin was in this ascending wedge. I drew that in yesterday's video, and I said, yes, I know, I see this. We'll be discussing this in tomorrow's video. Well, today is tomorrow's video. And as I wanted to talk about in today's video, and as I kind of expected to happen, to be totally honest, Bitcoin has broken really sideways out of this rising wedge. And that's not exactly a good thing or a bad thing. It could be either. Let me explain. Bitcoin breaking bearish out of this means that it actually just traded sideways, and we turned what used to be resistance into current support. So that's actually a good thing because this is a bearish pattern and a lot worse could have happened. The fact that we invalidated a bearish pattern by trading sideways out of it is a good thing. The bad thing, of course, though, is that we did break bearish out of it. And just because Bitcoin is holding support right here for now does not mean it's going to continue to do so. Make sure you watch these 2 levels very closely today. $7,630 right here. And if for some reason we do break to the downside, sitting right around $7,370 is another important level of support. But guys, all of that is important, but it's not really the thing that concerns me about this market, because there is something that concerns me about this market. Let me show you what it is. Bitcoin has this propensity for starting new uptrends, and then they kind of just slow down, they fade off into nothingness, and then the bears take control again because the overall longer-term trend is bearish. And guess what, guys? Bitcoin's overall longer-term trend that we still have not invalidated, that we still have not gotten above, because we still have not gotten above the 20 daily EMA, is bearish. And a lot of times these little bullish blips that we have here, they will look good, all the technicals will look good, and then they will reject off of some moving average, or they will reject because of an oscillator, and they will start to fall, and they will continue the bearish pattern because they weren't strong enough to break it. That's one of the major concerns I have right now, is that we had this high, and then a lot later we had this high, and then this high, and then this high, and frankly, guys, this looks like it's kind of curving off and going to start trading sideways rather than going exponential and breaking bullish. To me, it doesn't look like Bitcoin has the raw power to just smash through that 20 daily exponential moving average, which leads me to question, are we going to at all? Well, that's an interesting question, guys, and it's actually a very important question. If you guys are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, a lot of you have joined lately. We're about to hit 1,000 members. The last video in the course down here, I made it the last video for a reason. This is a very important video, is on the 20 exponential moving average. We have videos on moving averages and exponential moving averages up here, but the 20 EMA is especially important. It's a predictor of uptrends and downtrends. When Bitcoin's above it, you're in an uptrend. When Bitcoin's below it, you're in a downtrend. And it's very important that you understand that, because when Bitcoin changes its declination around that moving average, it's going to have a major impact on whether Bitcoin's in an uptrend or a downtrend. Take this case over here when we broke below it, and then the bearishness started coming. Before that, we were trading sideways. So what's the prime objective of Bitcoin right now? The prime objective is for Bitcoin to get above that moving average. Can that happen? Well, yes and no. It can happen and it might not happen. I presented some bullish cases and I presented some bearish cases. Let me show you a bullish one. The MACD. Guys, I told you in yesterday's video we were likely going to see a cross today, and guess what happened? We saw that cross today. Bitcoin has crossed bullish. This trading day is the first day in quite a while that Bitcoin will be bullish on the MACD, and especially bullish while diverging bullish. That's an important difference. The last time we saw this happening was literally 1 month ago on the 29th of October, and then the next day we started converging bearish. So this is actually kind of a good thing, guys. The timing on this means that Bitcoin has converged bullish and crossed bullish on the MACD at the exact moment that we need an afterburner to push us through a major level of resistance to continue this uptrend. And if you'll notice with some of our oscillators and other technicals and fundamentals, we do have more room to run. Bitcoin went overextended down here. Normally when Bitcoin does that, it signals a new major uptrend is starting. I'm talking a major uptrend. I'm not talking about a week. I'm talking about a month to 3 months uptrends. There have been exceptions to that in the past, like right over here. But if you look back in 2017 and 18, there was almost always a major uptrend when Bitcoin had one of those bottoms. And if you'll also notice, there's plenty of room to run. We're only sitting at 44. There's plenty of headroom up here for Bitcoin to have even more gains before we start to level out and then have a stair-step pattern moving even farther to the upside. Furthermore, guys, if we look at the fear and greed index, we're going to notice that we're still fearful. We're sitting at 38. And if you guys don't know about the fear and greed index, normally it's a good idea to read it as a contrarian. When everybody's fearful, that's when you get greedy. When everybody's greedy, that's when you get fearful. Of course, don't let fear or greed control you. Maybe I should say bullish or bearish instead. But we are starting to look less fearful. That's actually a bullish sign for me. As you can see, Bitcoin's crypto fear and greed index is moving to the upside. I think that means that more people are getting bearish, which means that the majority of people are going to be wrong. I think that's a good sign to be pushing us in the right direction. One thing I do also want to point out, guys, is that over the last 7 days, the longs here on Bitcoin have absolutely mooned. This is about a 25% move. If we check here, 30% even. And yes, I do believe being a contrarian is a good thing, but only in some cases. I think it's a great thing over here on the fear and greed index, but on the longs charts, I think it can actually be a little bit less of a valid contrarian signal. It's hard to explain. I'm not going to get into it in this video. But the fact that the longs are mooning is actually a good sign to me, and the shorts are holding steady. I think a lot of people are getting excited about this market. I think a lot of people are getting ready for a new uptrend. And oftentimes when I see the longs moon at the beginning of an uptrend, it's a good sign. But when they moon at the end of an uptrend, it's a sign of FOMO taking over the market. This is the beginning of what hopefully develops into an uptrend, not the end. So guys, what's the takeaway here? The takeaway is that just like with any market, there are bullish signs and bearish signs, but you need to combine both of those and come to kind of a rough percentage calculation in your head about which faction is stronger. Is it the bulls or is it the bears? And right now, guys, I'll be honest with you, even though I'm a little bit shaken by the fact that Bitcoin hasn't gotten above this 20 EMA just yet, that makes sense, guys. It makes sense that Bitcoin has not gotten above that 20 EMA just yet because it's a very important and very powerful moving average. It's strong resistance. Of course, it's going to take Bitcoin a little bit of time to get above there. So if that's pretty much a given, that's one of our bearish technical indicators that isn't as important as maybe we had thought it was. But we also see that Bitcoin broke bearish out of a bearish pattern here on this rising wedge. But instead of falling, we traded sideways and held what even wasn't that strong of support, but is nevertheless still holding here at $7,650 or so. Furthermore, if we look at the MACD with our bullish cross, we have our RSI starting to trend to the upside, looking healthy as always. We have the crypto fear and greed index as a contrarian signal saying that we are starting to move to the right direction. And we also see that there's been a little bit of a blip here in the last 2 weeks on Google Trends with people getting interested in the cryptocurrency once again. We went from 25 to 34. That's not a negligible move. We also see that BACT is ramping up in a huge way, guys. I know you can't see this because of the way the screen is framed, but there are 2,700 contracts over here. The all-time high on BACT was 2,700 a few weeks ago. And the average trading volume is like 1,500. Right now, Bitcoin hasn't even moved all that much, and there's 2,700 contracts. BACT is growing very quickly. When it launched 3 months ago, it had 40 contracts. If you guys aren't familiar, 1 contract is equal to 1 Bitcoin. That is a lot of trading volume coming over there. You extrapolate that out into the future, that's a very bullish fundamental. We're talking hundreds of millions and billions of institutional volume stepping into the space. And as Bitcoin moves into a new bull market, that is going to be another bullish fundamental and driving force of this market. So guys, the short term's looking bullish, the long term's looking bullish. I'm very happy about all of this. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, what's the trade? Well, guys, I think it's a good idea to trade the nearest major level of support and resistance. What do I mean by that? Well, guys, I like to trade breakouts because quite frankly, I can sit there, watch the minute chart and have a 25x trade going on. I don't have to leave my trade because the trade might execute now or in 24 hours. And also because breakouts are really easy to plan your trade around because there's a level of resistance or support that you can plan it based off of. And there's also normally pretty big gains that you can get if you have them. So that's why I like to trade them. In this case right here, since we're trading next to the 20 EMA, what I'm going to say you could do is that you could either long or short short here, depending on whether or not you agree with my analysis or someone who's more bearish's analysis. If you personally think that Bitcoin is going to break bullish above the 20 EMA, the trade is pretty simple. Let's go ahead and bring up our planner over here. Get our long position. Boom. We got a long position. Our short stop is going to be very obvious. I'll show you that in just a second. And then we have our price target, guys. I would put this price target very far up here. I mean, you can put this anywhere you want. If I were you and I was planning a trade above the 20 EMA, a breakout trade like this, I would personally put my target up here at the 100 daily simple moving average. Why is that? Because the last time we had a big breakout, that's where we stopped out at. Like I said, I'm going to show you our stop loss here in just a second, but if we check our risk to reward ratio, that's a 4.0. That's pretty good. Down here on the hourly chart, the reason that the stop loss is sitting right here is because it would be sitting down here on the 50 hourly simple moving average. That's been good support for Bitcoin as of late. And also it's below this level of support that we're holding at 65.50. So we can even drag this a little bit higher, maybe up right here. And then our risk to reward is 4.5. That's pretty good. So guys, I think you've enjoyed me showing you what the trade is. So there you go. That's the trade right now. It's a bit of a longer term trade, maybe a swing trade. We're talking maybe a week or two that you would be in this position. So if you're looking to make this trade, it's something that you might want to make with lower leverage or no leverage, maybe up to 3 or 4x at most. And guys, if you're going to short this market, make sure you flip that over and you can use a stop loss right above the 20 EMA and then a price target down here around 6,500, something like that, with maybe slightly higher leverage. So guys, those were the two trades. My coffee is getting cold, so I'm going to wrap the video up. But before I do want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy because I have two things I want to mention. First of all, I have extended the Black Friday sale through the end of Cyber Monday. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to do that. A lot of you guys were saying, Jeb, is the sale still running? I got, I think, 2 emails last night asking me if the sale was still going on. Yes, I will extend the sale for you guys. I mean, everybody else is doing it. I might as well. There are 990 members in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy right now. That, frankly, in my opinion, is a huge number, and I'm very happy about it. We have had a lot of people join CT2A, and they're enjoying it. They're getting a lot of value out of this, guys. There are 34 videos in here, and these are not short videos. These are not 3-minute videos. Every single one of these pretty much is over 10, maybe 15 minutes long. It's 10 hours of content. Every single one of these was planned. It was roughly scripted. They get straight to the point, and they teach you something about this market that you need to know. If you want to learn to do the kind of rapid-fire technical analysis that we've done in this video, this is where you're going to learn it. And guys, since I've extended that sale to Cyber Monday, you do have a few more days to go ahead and jump on in. And I'll also mention that a lot of you guys joined the first cohort last night. We're up to 35 members, and I'm loving every single minute of talking to you guys over in the Discord server. If you guys want to sign up and join us for live trading, all of these great trading videos down here, and an amazing community that we're working on, the link for that is down below as well. If you're in CT2A, I will rebate you the first month's subscription fee. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.